My name is Wrigley. I'm a junior at Newman. Uh, I kind of collect shoes, somewhat. You did a year ago about. That's about it.
Okay. All right, this might be a quick one then. So just to give a start off, can you give us your like first story on how you got into shoes and like what was that first shoe you got or what was your story to sneak?
Uh, it was summer, end of summer freshman year, and I was like, I like Jordans. I've never had a pair of Jordans. They kind of look cool. So I was like, hey mom, can I get a pair of Jordans for school? And she's like, yeah, sure, pick any out. I was like, all right. And so my first ones were the Royal or gold medals, with the Jordan 1 gold medals.
Those were your first shoes.
Yeah, they're tough, dude. I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking
no,
about.
no, I like no, I said they're like never mind.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I
they're
do like
nice. They're good. And yeah, it's just and then I started collecting shoes, kind of
all right.
just to wear them, not for resale value, just because I wanted them. I
Okay.
thought they looked cool.
All right, sweet. So for you at least, like, what made your decision to pick a certain shoe? Like, was it the colorway? Was it the model? Did you focus primarily on Jordans, Dunks, Yeezys? Like, what was your take on all that? Or what did you like?
Well, I mean, it's just I really liked them. I liked how the swoosh was a little gold. I like blue, like dark blue stuff at the time, and I just thought I could wear them with some stuff and it would look drip. And then I've started to like dunks more than Jordans.
Yeah.
Like I have the Union Argons, which are my favorite shoe I have right now.
You have those?
Yeah, I have those. You didn't know those? Of course I got them.
Since when? Yeah,
I have them. And yeah, I'll sometimes wear Yeezy because they're comfortable. Cause I got the red lights and the
yeah, none of that.
and the cool blue and the dazzling blues.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also like the like I like a good wearable shoe like the
Uh-huh.
Gore-Tex Jordans. Those are nice. They're also waterproof and they're really comfortable. And then if I'm feeling a little spicy, I'll throw on the Fearless. And
Spicy.
then I still got the ones that you gave me.
Oh, there you go.
These pieces of poop uh,
Those
haven't
are good
worn. And then
shoes. Those are good shoes.
they're all right. And then I haven't really worn any of my Jordans. Really, I wore the same pair of New Balances
Oh,
for
those ones.
about 7 months, and during Mardi Gras, I got a big old hole in them. I kept wearing them for a few months after that. Now I wear Crocs, and I'll sometimes wear my cowboy boots.
So for
You know.
you, shoes as at least it's kind of like died down. You've been
Yeah.
diversifying, I
Well,
guess.
yeah, it's too much. Kind of like I'm always concerned about creasing them, creasing the
Oh,
J's,
yeah.
creasing the J's. They're not like fake. None of them are fake. Don't come at me. None of them ain't none of them is fake. Climb. All of them are real as can be.
So for you, like, where did you get your shoes? Because obviously the gold medal was released a while ago, so that's not something you just like go to a Foot Locker and pick up. So how did you get and how did you acquire most like the Jordans at least?
Well, I got obviously I got like two, three of them from StockX.
Mhm.
Um, then I got all the rest of them from Dunks, but I did get the pair of Nola Air Forces
Yeah.
from the Nike shop or Nike store when they dropped. Um, yeah, that's about it, pretty much. I haven't been to like any shoe store and bought any. I've been to shoe stores, but I haven't like bought any from shoe stores or certified resellers or anything like that.
So for you at least, how much does like the hype into a shoe play into you buying it? Like does if you saw a name Travis Scott and it was like an okay looking shoe, would you buy that or is it more like okay, I like this colorway, like the gold medals, so I'm just gonna get
Mm-hmm.
those. So, like for you, how does
Yeah,
that hype the name play into any of the shoes you get?
the hype may play a little bit of factor, but it's like if I like a shoe, I'm gonna get it, and if I don't like a shoe, then I'm obviously not gonna get it. But if I was a reseller, then I would kind of understand the hype,
Yeah.
because like if it's like a collab, like Travis Scott or J Balvin's,
Mhm.
I would
Oh, you know your shoes.
J I know the J Balvin's, yeah.
So if the
Uh,
Yeezys didn't have Kanye behind it, you would have still gotten it, you think?
yeah, they're comfortable. I can wear them for a while. If they're really easy to put on and off, and they're just easy shoe to wear, and they go with a lot of like everything.
So like if you're so are you done with shoes? Is this kind of like you're just keeping this collection and then you're just gonna like just stick with it for a
I
while, or what's your deal with it? The
I
future.
mean, as next year I might get probably a dunk or something. Maybe I'm kind of looking at the royal purple argon unions. I mean, the royal purple the royal purple uh union union passports. You know, like the
Oh, you
argons
mean
I
the
have.
Lakers colorway, the purple one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the royal purple.
yeah. So,
Those are the ones I would probably get next.
so when
But
you
I
get
mean, I
that
don't
new
know.
pair of shoes, how do you get rid of your old ones? And if so, like how do you do it? Because I know you sold a couple to me, obviously, but there's some you still have or got rid of a different way. So what was the route you went through? You
I
get rid
mean, I'll probably just keep them. You know, keep them there to
of,
show because in my closet, it's like one side is just full of shoes. So I mean, keep them there. You know,
yeah.
make them look pretty. It adds some good aesthetic to my room. I feel.
So for you, do you focus on like newer releases, or if you saw a shoe that like released like 20 years ago or something, you still liked it, would you buy it, or do you focus on more like current releases?
If it looks tough, then I'm. If I like it, if it's I'm attracted to it in any way, I'll cop.
So this might be like a weird question, but like for you, obviously you go through the New Balances, for example, very quickly. Like those are not wearable anymore, but then you got the Jordans, which you like to keep in like pristine condition. What makes you like want to keep those Jordans in pristine condition versus those New Balances?
Well, I mean the Jordans. You know, they're weather and it's like noticeable when you mess them up and when like it's noticeable when they have dirt and stuff on them. But for New Balances, they're not like uh a luxury shoe.
Mm.
They're not as luxury. Like I could go on a run with those. Like I could go on a run with any shoe, but it's just like I wouldn't go on a run with Jordans because the Jordans like they can cost up to $1,000 or like if I paid $400 for a shoe, I'm not gonna wear it out like that. But if I paid like $100 for like a pair of New Balances that I'll wear for a year, and they like go with anything, you know,
Yeah, for
just
sure. So like for those unions or for the gold medals, like how was the process? Did you find any trouble getting those shoes? Like was it hard to get it through StockX or like did you try going through other routes to get them for a cheaper price or yeah.
I just went straight away. Like for the Royals, I just bought them, but for the Argons, I was wanting them for like a forever. Like when they first dropped,
I remember that. I
um,
remember that. Me
me
and you
and
both tried to get it. I remember.
me and Dre. I remember I was in advisory, and me and Dre were trying to get them, and
Yeah.
Dre got two pairs, and I didn't get a single one. I was like 20 seconds away. I was so pissed, and then like, and then I was constantly checking the price. I was like, okay, it's up right now. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Then I remember it was like $200 when it
Yeah.
was like 300. I was like, those are mine. I want them now. So I got them, and now I have them, and I sometimes wear them when I go to dinner or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
whenever
So
I step
kind of
out.
going back to like the previous question, you mentioned like J Balvin and that stuff. Do you like not for you, but for like the other people, resellers and collectors, do you think that name J Balvin, Kanye West, Travis Scott plays a role into people like buying these shoes?
Definitely. I mean, like if you're gonna go to like a concert or something like that where these influencers are gonna be, you might want to throw on a Travis Scott pair or
But
whatever.
based off
And
that
or
logic, wait, but based off that logic you just had, like, why would you wear like $1,000 shoe to a concert where it's definitely gonna get destroyed?
fair question actually. I didn't really think about that, but I mean, it's just you know, it's a shoe, whatever. I mean, it's supporting, you know, and if it looks good with the outfits, whatever. I mean,
Right.
it's all about how the outfit. It's all about the fit, you know.
So like I guess going off of that now, the fit, like, are you into fashion, like Croc Marts, Gucci, none of that? Or you just kind of just like throw on whatever good?
I'll throw on a pair of Lululemon pants
Yeah.
or shorts, and I'll throw on a t-shirt. I'll probably make sure the t-shirt color matches with the shirt somewhat. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's just like, well, it also if I'm gonna wear shoe like Dunks, I'm gonna wear something like that. But for like Jordans, like high tops, I'm gonna
Yeah,
wear
pants.
pants or
Yeah,
something. My
sure.
cowboy boots.
Yeah. Um, so for you at least, what do you think was like the most memorable or most important, significant thing you've had with the shoes? Like when you got a shoe, you were like, "Oh my God, it's like the best thing ever." Like when you got your unions, or when you missed out on the unions. Like what was that moment that you will always remember from like the shoe experience you've had?
I mean, it's not like memorable. It's just like I got a shoe and I
Yeah,
wanted it, you know. And when I got them, like when I finally got the Argons, I was like, hell yeah, this is
yeah,
this. I finally got them. And then just after like a week or two, I was just like put them up and like just stare at them and look pretty.
right.
But like the shoe I probably wear the most now is those NOLA
Air
Air
Forces.
Forces because I got a Pelicans games. I've been to like 10 already. Um, so I mean that's kind of like the one I have the most connection with right now.
Yeah.
So you know,
So for you at least, I don't know how much you keep up with shoes at least, or shoes in general, but you might have seen, heard Instagram, whatnot. Like shoes at least are like dropping down. I'm sure like you mentioned with the
mm,
Argons, like they're at 300 one point and then X time later they're at 200. So that's kind of consistent from my perspective that shoes are dropping. Do you think with your knowledge, with your experience more or less, do you think that trend is going to keep continuing where shoes are going to be cheaper and easier to get, or do you think it's kind of going to switch up and do something else?
I mean it's just like the shoe economy. It's like the prices
Yeah.
are always gonna go up and down no matter what, and especially if there's like in like the actual economy something's happening, you know. But it's you know like for the Yeezys when all that stuff happened to Kanye, the shoe prices for Yeezys went way up because they weren't making them anymore,
Oh, that's
or
me.
they
Yeah.
stopped making them for a while, and then the prices went up like $200 for each shoe, and then now they're I'm pretty sure back to normal or like around the same.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Or they're to be honest, they're even lower, like super cheap. But yeah.
mm,
So outside of the Union court purple ones, are there any other Jordans that you're like interested in that are like that you perceive as like hype and worth a lot of money that you would potentially get in the future?
not really. I don't really like not really Jordans, but like Dunks because I'll every so often I'll look at the off white lots for Dunks because
Yeah,
those like I'll like look at which ones that like are like reasonable price points that like I like those are kind of cool.
yeah,
But
yeah.
other than that, not really. Just you
So
know,
you're kind of there for shoes isn't like something that like
just
you're just there for it. Like you see something you like, you're like, okay, bet. Not, but you're not like a
yeah,
full head sneak. Like I feel like you're the low. Like there's you, then there's Hampton, and then there's me. Like in that order.
yeah.
You're like there, and Hampton's like, okay, I'm in the culture. Then me, I'm like, I live in the culture. So like I feel like
Yeah,
you're like right. We're opposites, but I like you're getting.
project sneakers.
Yeah, you know how it is. You know how it is.
I know exactly how it is.
But yeah. So obviously you're on Instagram and stuff, but I know you're not too much into it. But how do you know like a new release is coming out and you're like, oh, I might want to get this? Like, do you use Instagram or are there pages you follow on Instagram, like TikTok? Like, what is your source of media, at least for the fashion shoe world?
I know a year ago there was this one website that had like a bunch of like it would just it had like a big old list of shoes that were coming out in like the near future, like
Mhm.
next like months to a year, and I like constantly look to see if it was updated. And then Dre would sometimes come show me like, hey, you gonna get these or like, what do you think about these? But other than that, no, not really. I just you know
You're just there, kind of just
yeah, I'm just sitting, I'm just watching,
all right. So,
chilling.
just I think I had one more thing, and then we can wrap up. Told you it'd be short, but one, let's say, uh. So I don't know how much you know, but obviously you got in during the COVID-ish time. Do you think it was
Mm-hmm.
easier to get shoes then versus now, or do you think there's a big change between COVID and right now for the shoe industry?
I don't really know
No.
because
Yeah.
I'll just order a shoe and cool. Yeah, I mean it might take a little while, but that's That's about it.
So I think
Not
this is
really like.
this will be the last question. I think this is the one you'll actually find interesting and it will pertain to you pretty well. For someone who wanted to get into the shoes, that isn't like me, that isn't like Hampton, but they're kind of like you, where I like a cool off-white dunk. I kind of want a pair. What is your recommendation for them if they should get into shoes? Like, do you think it's the right time? Do you think it's not the right time? Is there a particular shoe you would tell them to avoid? Like, what is your piece of advice to someone coming into who wants to get into shoes?
Well, obviously no mid dunks or no mid Jordans. Jordan Wood mids are.
Of course.
um, I mean, like just like look, just scroll. Like I'll scroll for 30 minutes at like night when I'm like not doing anything and be like, these shoes are kind of cool. Let's search of like a college colorway or like a sports team colorway. Like especially like for me, I'm a Cubs fan. I'll sometimes look up like Cubs or something
Blue
like
and
basketball
red, blue, red,
shoes,
white.
blue, red, white. Yeah, or yeah, and what was there? Like if you like a color, then go for it. Like I like purple a lot.
Yeah.
Like I'll search like purple dunks or something like that, or like green or like or music like the Grateful Dead's
Green,
like
yellow, orange.
the fuzzy ones. Those were pretty
They're
cool.
all
I wanted
fun.
those for a
It's
while.
green, yellow, orange. The
Hmm.
color.
And like or just like put like buzzwords
Yeah.
like mainly like artists or someone that you like. It's not really
Yeah. So
whatever you're feeling in the moment. Just go for it.
now that you mentioned like all these different colors, have you like just for me to you like or have you like considered buying off of Nike where you can customize your own dunk and make it like
I
your own?
have. I when they were doing the 40th anniversary thing, I made a pair of I made a pair of Air Forces that looked like the Royal Blues,
Yeah.
um, or I mean the gold medals, and I made like ones that looked like the Chicago's.
Mhm.
So and I thought that was pretty cool. And then and if I'm bored in class, be like, oh, let's see how cool I can make this shoe look or something like that.
Did you end up getting any of them or was it just kind of
No,
like just a fun project? Yeah,
just
just
just a little, cause like you ever just like make you like customize a car
yeah,
on
yeah,
like a website, just like that. It's like I'm not gonna do it, but like it's fun to do.
yeah. All right. Well, I think that went pretty well. Obviously, you're not like me, so it's kind of different getting your perspective, but I think that's always good. So, yeah,
Hmm.
I really appreciate it. So, yeah, thank you.